Evening, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Jeff, 0% credit crypto Sekinger, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the number one investment strategy for cryptocurrency. So I'm going to share with you really how to allocate different assets. I'm also going to be talking about a few projects that I believe are going to explode, and then we'll go into a few other topics and we'll kind of just open it up for some questions. So we are in Miami, as you can see. It is super, super nice out. It's like this has got to be the best time of the year. It's like literally 70 degrees. You just keep the doors open the entire time, literally in every room. And then I'm actually going to be talking about a few topics that I am putting into a course for the Inner Circle on Instagram. It's a private group we have, so I'm about to start recording in here. You see every single room has got the views. Hey, who's that? Tanmay, nice to see you. Thanks for the comment. Go ahead and drop where you guys are from. Hopefully, you're from a warm area. I know the rest of the world isn't quite as, or at least the rest of the United States isn't quite as warm as here. So, first of all, Harmony One is blowing up. I want to just bring attention to that. We've been talking about that honestly just for about. I've been looking at it for like 10 days. India, wow, Fort Smith, Arkansas, nice. Well, not as nice. You should come over here. Um, so Harmony One is Washington D.C. Nice, lovely beaches of Ohio. Yeah, yeah. I know how that is, man. I lived there for about how long? 20 years. So I know those beaches. They are some nice beaches. Germany, Dallas, Bitcoin conference in Miami. I need to go to that too. I honestly forget the date, but anyways, I'll be there. Anyways, Harmony One is a competitor to Dot. So it's actually one token. It's listed on Binance, so you can go buy it super easily. But I started buying it about a week ago. It's up like 140% in the last week. It's at a $1.5 billion market cap, and I believe it's going to about a $5 billion market cap, possibly four to five in the next 4 weeks. If you look at how Cosmos exploded, how especially Avalanche exploded, you looked at how Dot exploded, that's exactly what is about to happen to Harmony One. It's a competitor. It's actually faster transactions, and it's less expensive as well, and it allows all the dApps to move cross chain. So the team is great. The coin metrics are pretty good. I actually just created a longer video about it. And there was like 40% of the tokens are staked as well. So that's really big deal. That means that a lot of people are not going to be selling the project, they're staking the coin. So I think this has huge potential. That statement I just made of it's like a 3.4x or 3.3x in the next what is it? About 4 weeks, I believe. I think longer term, I wish I'm going to be talking about like an investment strategy longer term for just crypto, like anyone investing into crypto. I think longer term, it's looking more like a Dot market cap of like 30 billion, which is quite a large increase from where it's at. So the market, where you got to really realize is the market is still at a very early stage, like for this bull market. Yes, we've had exponential growth, but I'm telling you, when you get to the end of the bull market, it gets even more exponential, which the end is not expected for really until around September, October, if it plays out how the previous cycles have played out. If you actually look at the charts and TA, it's really kind of pointing to more of like what happened in 2013. So if you know what happened in 2013, we had like a blow off top, then a sharp drop, and then another blow off top where we actually hit the all time high. So the bull market was like split up into two different sectors. The previous one in 2017, we just had, some obviously some great growth, but it wasn't separated by a massive drop in consolidation zone. So if you look at TA, it is kind of looking like we're playing out more like 2013. So that's something to consider. I sold some of my leverage positions last night. But really, this is what I wanted the video to be about anyways, is like an investment strategy, which is what I'm going to be going over. If you're in our private group, I talk about obviously investment strategies and then specific projects we're investing in. So prior to that, I wanted to just go over it briefly on here so you guys can have an idea of what is, at least for me, it's logical for me given um, my goals, right? Everyone's different. So obviously not financial advice, but I think that a lot of you guys will get a lot of value from this. So there are actually about four different things that I'm doing. If you can, yeah, appreciate it, Brian. I'm about to make it way like the user experience way more valuable. So what I'm doing today is creating the course so you guys know like technical analysis, you know what platforms we're using, how to limit fees, all of like the nonsense where there's like little questions about. And then on my Instagram, I'm just gonna be posting actually like when I'm buying and when I'm selling. So it's almost more like a signal type thing. Ecomi, yeah, I think it's still gonna do super well. It's exploded really recently, so I'll get into that towards the end because I actually have a few NFT things I want to talk about as well. But okay, the investment strategy, and I might even try to find a tripod, or my arm's going to get tired. But how I look at it is, okay, look, you can have a long-term position. All right, so I have long-term positions. They're earning interest on platforms. I hold the majority of my interest on, or my long-term positions on a platform called Voyager. Right, so it's a Voyager app. I hold more than 20,000 VGX. Okay, so I'm getting once they actually do the whole token swap, it'll be over 7% interest, which is the highest in the industry. There are some, I believe, that are a little bit higher, but they pay you out in their coin. I want to be paid out in kind, which means you're paid out in the coin. So I am holding the vast majority of my long term Bitcoin, at least, on Voyager. There's also Nexo and Celsius that I am using as well, which is a valuable platform to use as well. So that's long term stuff. That's stuff that I am not going to be selling at all, regardless of how this bull market plays out. Okay, so you got to think about that. What do I want to hold long term, and what do I want to get rid of by the end of the bull market? Okay, so I've got long term stuff I'm not going to touch. I'm just going to keep earning interest on over the next 10 years at least, right? So think about how much of your portfolio do you want to allocate to long term? Mine is about 50%. I'm allocating towards super long term. I have some of that in my fund as well, which the majority of that in my fund actually, and then I have my personal long term stuff as well. So you got to be thinking, how much do you believe in crypto, and only hold the projects that you actually believe in long term. Like Bitcoin has a huge value add because it's in the store of value market, which is at least $150 trillion, and it's only taken about 0.7% of that market cap, right? So it has a lot of room to grow, and all these institutions are buying it, right? So I think that has Bitcoin has a ton of potential to still grow. Another thing that you got to think about is like, okay, what has been deemed that to be a non-security, right? That's why I hold and our fund holds a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum because those two assets has been deemed to be a non-security here in the United States. That's a big threat. If you even look at what just happened to Ripple, right? That's a big risk that you want to mitigate. So think about that as well from like a regulation risk standpoint. And also that's part of the reason why I don't hold privacy coins either, because those are also the U.S. government has openly said we do not like privacy coins, and they have also openly said we're not against cryptocurrency. We're creating our own digital dollar, right? So you got to think about the long term stuff. You really got to think about like regulation and that type of risk. Okay, now we're going to get into the more like flashy short-term stuff, okay? Then we kind of jump into like my large cap portfolio. I posted a video about this about where I showed a pie chart and I said, "Hey, this is like I got Bitcoin and I've got my large cap allocation as well. Large cap for me is just the top 100 by market cap. Okay, so it's if you go to CoinGecko or Coin Market Cap, that's where I do a lot of my research. You can just go to the first page. It'll show you the top 100 by market cap. Market cap is the total amount of coins in circulation multiplied by the price. That gives you the market cap. Okay, so the higher the market cap is, the less risk there is in the project, because obviously more people believe in it and have put their money where their mouth is, and they've invested more into the project. All right, so it's lower risk but higher growth potential than Bitcoin because it has a smaller market cap. And as if you know anything about how these bull markets play out, is a lot of money flows into Bitcoin because it's the most trusted, the oldest coin, it's been around the longest, and there's no Bitcoin company behind it, right? So then the money flows into Bitcoin, and then we see this seesaw effect happen, which you've probably seen that in one of my prior videos, where money flows into Bitcoin and then it overflows on the altcoins, and then the altcoins 2x, 5x, 10x, 100x because they have such a small market cap, and they're about a month delay from when Bitcoin makes like a big move. So I believe we have about 3 more pumps for these large cap altcoins, right? And again, large cap is just in the top 100. That's how I classify it. All right, so that's my next largest portion of my portfolio is into large cap coins. I'm going to be making a video about that. If you're in my IC, you would already know like what I'm holding there. Or if you join that webinar the other week, you would know what I'm holding there. I added a few things to it, which I will update you on, which I already really have been. So large cap coins, right? That's like DOT and Avalanche and Cosmos. If you want to be safe there, you have no idea what the heck you're doing, and you just want some more growth, go invest into the smart contract projects. Okay, those are DOT, Cosmos, Avalanche, Cardano, Ethereum, and now Harmony or One, and that's exactly why it's blowing up. That's why I referenced it at the beginning of this video. So I think those are all pretty safe plays. I think that those will be massive. Alejandro, I'm definitely going to get into NFTs here in a second, and I think real estate that's like one of the things I'm the most bullish on. I'm working to find. I think I invested. I'll talk about that here in a second. Okay, so there's a large cap portion. Now the next most risky thing that is going to provide even more growth is how I like to think about small cap coins. So these are things that are not usually listed on exchanges, that are out of the top 100. This is like venture capital investing. Okay, venture capitalists, they understand like, hey, I'm going to literally invest. Actually, you know what? To really get the mojo on, guys, we got to get on the hoverboard. I mean, I haven't been on the hoverboard in like 12 hours, and I can tell. You know what I'm saying? I can tell by the vibes running through the knobs. So the small cap coins, these are higher risk because there's a lot less capital in them, right? These are things that you need to go to Uniswap or PancakeSwap if it's on the Binance Smart Chain, or those different platforms where you literally swap one coin for another. Okay, this is, like I said, like venture capitalists. They understand, hey, I'm going to go invest into literally 50 businesses, and if 2 of them succeed, then I'm going to make ridiculous money, and that'll pay for the other 48 that don't succeed. That's how you kind of need to think about it. But the cool thing is we're in the bull market, so a lot of them do succeed in the short term. In the long term, obviously, they're going to get crushed. So first of all, everything after I covered the long-term portfolio that's earning interest on those platforms, from here on out, these are all things I'm selling in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, I'll go into further depth on this if you guys are in our inner circle in the course that's launching this month. So the small cap coins, right? These are higher risk. I am just putting in 2 grand, 3 grand, 5 grand. I have up to like 120 grand in one of them. It's because I put 20 grand into YFDI in October when it was 800 bucks, right? And I've sold and taken my principal out, right? I took my 20 grand out, and now I'm still just letting like another 120 or 110 and whatever it is right now just ride out. Okay, so that's how I kind of look at the next most risky thing, which it's definitely pretty risky. Okay, so that's the small cap coins. You're using Uniswap, you're using PancakeSwap, you're using all that stuff, and it's high risk because they're very low market cap. Okay, those are like the moonshots, right? Online. So you should be buying those and just holding them. You should have like look for things that honestly, here's another secret to the like crypto investing is like it doesn't even matter. Like all these altcoins are just overvalued because they're all valued on perceived future value and none of them actually have like utility yet. So like you just need to be looking for the projects that have the most hype on your short-term stuff. If they have a lot of hype, they have a big army of people behind them that are, hyping them up, and maybe they have a little bit of utility and they have a good team backing them. Cool, invest in it. You'll probably do very well, right? So I literally hold like 20. I probably have 25 to 30 on my Coinbase wallet right now, and then I have some on MetaMask as well, where I'm just holding these coins for the next about 6 months until we reach the market top, and then I'm literally just going to sell everything at one time. The only exception to that would be like if something goes up 10x's like YFDI just did, and I want to take my principal out and just let the rest ride. That's an exception. But for the most part, I'm just holding those until it just gets ultra ridiculous. Okay, the next thing is like speculating and like leverage trading. Okay, these are things like that I've been doing recently that have had good success, but it's all about risk management and timing. So you have to have more time in order to like watch these things. So this is when you're using leverage. Leverage is essentially borrowing money from an exchange. Okay, you're borrowing money from the exchange to increase the return on a trade. Okay, so this is trading and speculating. This isn't really investing, right? The difference between investing is you're holding for an extended amount of time. Trading and speculating, you are literally just timing things and you're pulling money out of the market. When you are investing, you're being patient, right? And you are just waiting for things to grow, right? When you're trading and speculating, it's a little bit different. Okay, my hand's getting a little tired, so let's sit down. All right, so with the leverage trading, you're borrowing money. This is high risk because you have things called liquidation prices. So when you invest and you borrow money, if it goes the opposite way of where you expect it to go, then it will literally sell your entire position. Okay, so this is higher risk, something you need to like actively monitor, and you need to be using stop losses. And I suggest taking profit as well. A lot of people get too greedy and they don't take profit. I took a bunch of profit last night because I just looked at the market. I'm like, hey, you know what? I want to lock in some gains, up 100 grand. Why not take the 100 grand, right? You will never lose if you take profit. Remember that one. You will never lose if you take profit. Okay. So don't get too greedy. That's why most people lose is they get way too greedy. They're like they entered the trade at ETH on Bybit at 1400. It goes to 2 grand. And they're like, oh, it's going to 8 grand, and they just keep holding, and then we have a significant drop. That's how the market works. Um, so this is like more risky, right? This is very short term. Usually these trades are playing out within a 45-day period for me at max. So I usually will be in them for like 2 to 3 weeks. I don't use ridiculous leverage like other people on YouTube. I just don't think it's necessary, right? It's already so volatile. So I'm using Bybit online to go leverage trade on ETH and BTC. I don't overcomplicate it by trading all the other ones. I just usually stick with ETH and BTC on Bybit. Okay, the next most risky thing is now getting into another exchange called FTX, and the reason is because these are FTX allows you to use leverage on smaller cap coins. This is what we've been making bank on if you are in the past few weeks, just from like the small movements in these small cap coins. So if you are ultra lazy and you have no idea what you're doing on like with leverage trading, you can use they have like these leverage tokens which puts leverage on it for you, and it will keep you in the position. The thing to note is this is still a leverage position, so it's all about timing, and you need to be in and out of these as well over at max like a 45-day period. So you can ride those if you're a little bit too lazy. Again, it you should still be monitoring it. It's a good thing to just test the waters. This stuff you should like this leverage trading stuff. I'm talking about 5 to 10% of your portfolio. You don't want to have a large amount of money in here because you will lose. I lost for 4 years in a row, tens of thousands of dollars. I was trading. Okay, for you guys that don't know, I was talking to my friend the other day. If you guys have been in crypto for a long time, I've been in since 2013. So when I got out of I graduated high school in 2012. I went to the University of Kentucky in 2013, in 2012 and into 2013. In 2013, I bought Bitcoin, and this was when I literally had to go. And I'm not even joking. I had to go to a CVS. Okay, I had to bring in cash to a CVS. I had to get on MoneyGram, and so you had to like walk into CVS, like look around for this red phone. So I look around, find this red phone, and then you like deposit the money. I think it was at the front of CVS, and then you get on the phone and talk to like a MoneyGram specialist, and then you buy the Bitcoin, and then literally like an hour and a half later, you had it. It was like the most sketchy thing ever. So that's how like quick crypto has grown. It's been really really cool to see. But back to the FTX thing. Let's finish that off and then move on to the next thing. Right. So FTX is it's definitely higher risk because they're on small cap coins. You can use BTC as well, but it's all about timing once again. And it's all about risk management as well. The thing I do not like about FTX, which I'm going to be doing a full tutorial on, is which I actually just did a 45-minute training the other night, but they do not allow you to isolate positions. That's the thing I like about Bybit, is you can isolate the position and only risk the amount you have in that given trade. FTX, it pulls from like your available balance. So that's one thing to consider also. It's higher risk on FTX, but there's more reward because these small cap coins are just like ridiculously volatile, and you can make a lot of money if you use proper risk management. The next thing that I am looking into is ICOs. So these are initial coin offerings. It's like an IPO, like initial public offering, but it's an ICO. So it's an initial coin offering. These are things where like the project just comes out, and you can invest into it right when it comes out. So it has like a super small market cap and so much growth potential. This you really need to know. Usually, like some companies will offer it. What you can do is like go the thing, kind of the step below that almost everyone can do. You go on like Binance Smart Chain and then Dot as well, and actually see what projects are going to be listed and then buy them right when they come out. It's not the same thing as an ICO, because ICOs are kind of more you want to own them before they actually ICO, before they actually get it offered to the public, because that's where like the big growth comes in. But then the cool thing about crypto is as they slowly start to get released to different exchanges, that's where they can really grow. A lot of them will start at a very like crappy exchange, right? And then they'll start expanding to Binance. They'll start explaining to all the major exchanges, Coinbase, and then they'll blow up, right? So that's another thing that I am looking into, specifically with Binance Smart Chain. You can, I'll actually just look. I was research this morning. Let me see what it's called. Like, I'll find the website. I think it is Binance. I'll post it on my Instagram if I don't. It's a Binance Smart Chain research. It's like a back end, all these forums where people are talking about launching their projects and stuff. Yeah, I don't have it pulled up anymore, so I'm gonna have to look that up. But there's certain places where you can go look for like coins that are like just starting to ICO or just getting built on top of the Binance Smart Chain, which is a big opportunity as well. Also, it's even like higher risk because there's like no capital in these, and these are like brand new. So that's one of the last strategies I wanted to cover. The other thing I was going to say is just kind of the NFT craze. So here are a few NFTs that are looking a little bees the knees. You sneeze? They are. So obviously ENJ has just absolutely ripped. My next, there's really three.
So ERN, Eternity Chain, I think is going to blow up. It's essentially, I actually just created a video about this, but it is, it's an NFT for trading cards. So you can literally create trading cards like for an entrepreneur, for a football player, for a movie star, for like a musician. And like let's say I wanted to create a Jeff Sekinger NFT, and I go to this place and I say, hey, I want to, when I get to 100,000 subscribers, I, Jeff Sekinger, am gonna get verified on your platform. So I get verified on their platform. Then I literally create a card, and it's me holding like the $100,000 subscriber plaque, right? And then that what they do is they generate NFTs from that. So let's say they create like 10 NFTs, right? And 10 NFTs for my 100K subscribers on YouTube. Then that goes into an auction. And the cool thing is it'll get auctioned off to everyone. And then from there, a portion of like the proceeds actually goes to a charity. And I believe they're doing that for tax write-off purposes. Honestly, here's the thing you guys got to understand about NFTs is the biggest value, I think, is in art, music, and real estate, like by tokenizing real estate. But the reason why I think the art sector is going to blow up so much is because they're write-offs. Like there's huge tax write-offs for collectibles and specifically art. For deca millionaires, billionaires, this is how they get some tax deductions. And I think that's why this project, ERN, Eternity, actually created this, is because they added a little charity component, I believe, for the write-off purposes. So, if you're looking for whales, that's how you attract whales, is from tax write-offs, because taxes are our biggest expense in life. Okay? So I think that has a big, and also that's only at a $184 million market cap. The next one that I like is called Game. This one's like super small. These guys apparently have been in the space, so it's just GAME. It's Game Credits. It's a $25 million market cap. It's ranked number 634. They essentially are like first of all, I hate video games. Biggest waste of time in my opinion. But esports is going to blow up. I think esports is going to surpass real sports. So I think this has huge potential. So Game is just an NFT for video games, and they've created its own platform to actually collect value and store value in their game token, and you can use it across different games and also on their platform. So I think that has huge potential. It's very early on, but actually the market cap is early. The team is not. Apparently they've been doing this whole NFT in the gaming industry for like 7 years now. I think they said 2014 or 2015, which is like ridiculous. Because most cryptocurrencies did not. I mean, Ethereum's like what, 5-6 years old. So this is technically older, which kind of blows my mind. So that is very interesting. I think that was maybe the last one. I mean, let's just look at Icos. I mean, it's just blown up recently. The thing I don't really like about it, I mean, I own a little bit of OMI. I know everyone's just been talking about this like crazy. Here's the other thing about NFTs I think you guys really need to be cautious on is the NFT game. Like if I like to look at trends and then feed the trend. I think I mentioned this on my last live. I don't like to be like, if you can be a part of the trend, that's huge. But most people don't catch the trend. NFTs are a huge trend right now. If you know what you're doing investing in NFTs, they are super valuable. And speaking of value, if you're getting value from this, hit the like button, please. That'll help more people see this video. But the thing about NFTs is you are owning the underlying asset, okay? You are not like, you gotta be thinking about it more like I am literally owning this asset, like the digital version of this asset. It's not like you're just owning like a cryptocurrency. So like you need to understand, if you're buying an NFT on an asset, you need to understand what the asset is. Okay, so like don't just go buy blindly NFTs, because I'm telling you, when the market crashes, here's the problem with NFTs, is there's no liquidity. You literally can't even, you won't be able to, like, who wants to go buy like a random dunk from like the number 147th worst player in the NBA from 2017? Who wants to go buy that clip during a bear market? Or ever, in my opinion, you know? So like really, yeah, I don't know, maybe there is value in that random dunk from NBA Top Shots, but like the point of that is make sure you understand what you are investing into, because you're owning the asset. And a lot of people are just blindly throwing money into NFTs, and I'm telling you, there is very, very little liquidity, which is a huge risk, and you need to mitigate risk to the best of your ability. So back to this OMI, I honestly, you know, people have just been hyping this up. It's at 1.7 billion. It's number 61 on the market cap. The thing I just can't even, I can kind of I can relate to like the sports cards. Okay, I can also relate to like the gaming industry, because I know how like big of a deal it is. When I'm looking at a marketplace for like digital collectibles, and here's the thing, is they can always change, right? So I think it's still going to get pumped to the moon, right? It doesn't even matter what I say, because the market determines the price. And so far it's caught fire. And I think it will continue to go up, but we're seeing it retrace as we speak right now, which is good. Any type of major increase, you're going to see corrections. It's absolutely necessary. But like when I just look at this, I just am like, you know, I don't know what this even is. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless they are actually using like specific, like for me, I can relate way more. Like I feel, yes, I'll put a little bit of money in this, but I can relate way more to having like a sports card of a real figure, or like investing into a company that is making esports like, and monetizing esports and creating a monetary network for esports. When I just look at like random digital like figures online, that doesn't really get me too excited. So that's why I haven't put a ton of money in here. But I think they're going to do very well. So just to be completely transparent, I haven't put I put a couple of grand in here. I'll go over one more project that I have not really looked into much, but I am about to. Is the I mean, I think Wax is this is for NFTs as well. I think Wax will do well. What was this other one? No, it was like a, not Decentraland. Not game. It was a really, you know what? I think I searched it. So let me just go into my search history here. Oh, here it is. Chili's. Go look into. Oh yeah. I mean, this is considerably bigger. I just stumbled upon this. CHZ, I've heard quite a few people talk about it recently. It's got a 3 billion market cap. It's number 37. It's also in the NFT space. So this is like a safer one, aside from like game, that people have been hyping a lot. And it's really for like sports and entertainment. So it's essentially like kind of like a different way to invest into things similar to like NBA Top Shot, but they're starting to partner with like the UFC and stuff. So I think they're also going to catch fire. But if I were to kind of give you an idea, and this is like my longer term, this is like a portion of my longer term like positions. So like I mentioned earlier, like my super long-term stuff that's earning interest in accounts, that is just compounding over the next few decades. All right, all this other stuff, the large cap coins, which some of these NFTs I just talked about, like CHZ, would be a large cap coin because it's in the top 100. the large cap coins, the small cap coins I just talked about on Uniswap, and then especially the leverage positions, I am riding those for the next 3 to 6 months. So I'm literally going to be selling all those things aside from my super long-term stuff that's earning interest, because here's the thing you need to understand is the market is overvalued. If you look at the averages and especially EMAs, the market's overvalued. But this is how cycles work. It's like seasons, right? So the value is going to continue to go up based on what's happened in historical bull markets. And then over the next 3 to 6 months, I'm just going to strategically start selling things slowly. And then I'm going to realize a bunch of gains. All right. And then as the market drops into next year, I'm just going to be buying everything at a discount. One thing you need to look at is previous in 2017, Bitcoin went down 80%. A coin like Cardano went up thousands of percent. And then it came down 98%. That's what's going to continue to happen, especially the altcoins, because this is what you really need to understand is they are so overvalued because they don't, yes, they have all this perceived future value. They're going to do all these great things in the future. But the problem is they don't have, the vast majority of them don't have real utility yet. It's really exciting to see the space grow, but I really believe the true value from these altcoins is going to be in the next bull market, which is likely to be about 4 years from now. And that's when I'm going to start considering holding on to altcoins longer term. But through this bull market, I'm selling everything in the next 3 to 6 months. If you want to know what I'm selling, what I'm buying, and all that stuff, we have a private group on Instagram. Go follow me at Jeff Sekinger. We have like 400 and something people in there now. I didn't even realize we had that many people. Pretty cool. It's just like a monthly membership, and I just talk about, you know, what I'm buying, what I'm selling, where I'm holding it, the best places to earn interest, how to create your own crypto domain, right? So you can like literally create a domain. I thought this was really cool. You get a domain and you can literally have people send, like instead of pasting a 26 code with all these random numbers and letters, you literally have your own crypto domain and people can send the crypto to your domain. That's like another form of like NFTs. You can go create your own, go buy these domains online. And so, yeah, I just, you know, talk about cool stuff like that, where to earn interest, what I'm trading, and all that stuff. So if you want to join, there's a link in the description. Anyways, I'm going to create this course right now, and I want to get this done today, and then I'm shooting content at 3 p.m. So hope you guys got value from this video. If you did, hit the like button. Please share it with someone as well that would get value from this. And yeah, see you here on this next video.